We are about to talk about one of my very favorite works in the entire 250. But before we do, I want you to press pause and go get your crayons and something to do a quick sketch on. And I also want you to open up a Google Doc. So go do that right now. All right. So in that Google Doc that you just opened, I'd like you to answer this question. Once again, just push pause on the video in order to do this. What are these things I'm showing you? What are they for? Press pause and answer that for me, please. So let's see whether you got that right. What these are ancient grinding tools. They are called mortars and pestles. Here is what it looks like in print, mortars and pestles. A mortar is like a hard bowl, and then the pestle is something that you hold in your hand, and then whether you put seeds or you put mineral pigment to grind up for paint, or whether you're grinding up elements to be used for medicines or something, this would be what you would use to do that grinding. In Spanish, many of you may know it's called a mano and metate, but we're going to refer to it here as a mortar and pestle. All right, so my next question, the next thing I'd like you to do is write down in that Google Doc, what does this word mean? Go ahead and press pause and do that, please. The word is pronounced zoomorphic, and morph that we see here on the end means form. And think about what we find in a zoo. You probably know that zoo means animal. So zoomorphic means in an animal form. So when we look at these two works right here, we're looking at some pestles that are zoomorphic. It's clear to us that they are in an animal form. And these are among a bunch of these things, ancient works of art that have been found in Papua New Guinea. Now, the one that we're about to look at is one of the oldest works of art from the Pacific, and it is called the Ambum stone. A-M-B-U-M, Ambum stone. This is one of those words that's really, really fun to say, so say it for me right now, Ambum. That's right, Ambum. All right, it's named after the Ambum Valley here in the highlands in Papua New Guinea in the Enga province. And so here it is. Oh my God. Is this not one of the cutest things you have ever seen in your life? I want one. All right, so when you press pause here in a second, what I want you to do is take your crayons and have fun. Let's do a quick drawing, a quick sketch of this little guy. You can use either of those photos. Let's do a quick sketch. I wish I knew exactly what it was about this little guy that just so appeals to me. His cute little eyes that are wide open with that perfect circle that's raised around the edge, and then that little round part that's sticking up that rhymes with his cute little round ears over here, the cute little snout that's perfectly symmetrical that rhymes with the position of his little feet right here. The whole thing is just so freaking cute, isn't it? Well, so what that brings up is the question. It's clearly zoomorphic, so what in the world is it? Well, to be honest, we aren't really sure. Some people say that maybe it's a bird. Other people suggest, given the part of the world where we're in, very close to Australia, that maybe it is a type of of ancient extinct marsupial, but what some other people speculate is that it might be one of these little guys, a baby echidna or spiny anteater like you see right here. That looks really, really similar to me. Oh my God, that thing is so cute. Look how tiny it is. Well, that brings up the question of the size of this. And so I'm going to tell you that the size of this work, the Ambum stone, is significantly larger than this little baby echidna over here. The Ambum stone is about the same size as my Yeti here, which is just about 8 inches tall, though it's heavier than my Yeti even when it's full. It's about 4.5 pounds. Wow, now that's pretty hefty, isn't it? Well, so clearly it is an animal. And so why this animal? Well, again, we can only speculate because the people in Papua New Guinea who were using this object and the other mortars and pestles that we saw a minute ago, the people who were using those when they were discovered by Europeans were using them in a ritual kind of context, and they had absolutely no cultural connection with the people who made this in around 1500 BCE. The thing that we can guess is that no matter what the creature is, it seems to have been a totem. Now, what do we mean by totem? A totem is some sort of creature that is found in the natural world that people associate with power of some sort. They admire this creature, they admire qualities in this creature, and it's almost like they adopt it as their spirit animal. And so being associated with this creature gives them some of the power of this creature. So, why do we think this? Well, a couple of things. One thing is the material from which it is made. And I'd like you to write down the word. The word for this type of stone is greywacke. 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 Now, this is an extremely hard, dense, finely grained stone that is very, very difficult to carve in. Furthermore, it is not found in the area where the Ambum stone was found. And so consequently, what that suggests is that it was made in one location and then moved to another location. Now, take a second, push pause, and I want you to answer this question. Why does that suggest that this is something of great importance? Push pause and answer that for me. The fact that we've got this big 8-inch tall piece of stone that was so carefully worked by this carver with such precision of detail, with the ridge coming down the nose and the nostrils as we see them, and the little navel right here, and even the genitalia and the ears and the shoulder blades, the care with which this was carved, the amount of time that it would have taken, plus the fact that it was so important that they carried what would have been a heavy object from place to place to place until it ended up where it is, suggests to us that it probably was an object of some great significance, and we speculate that it was used in some sort of ritual way. Perhaps it was used for grinding substances that were used in a ritual context. But no matter what it was clearly a piece that was found to be very, very important. And also, since its discovery, it has come to be associated with the people of Papua New Guinea who actually used it on a postage stamp some time ago. I hope you love this thing as much as I do. I think it is absolutely precious.